Hello, English learner. Welcome to the first episode of 2025. It's a brand new year, and what better time to focus on setting ourselves up for success? Today, we're diving into a success checklist, 25 actionable things you can do this year to improve your life. It's not about resolutions, but about real steps you can take every day to make 2025 your best year yet.
That's right, Adam. This checklist isn't about dreaming big without a plan. It's about practical actions in key areas like mindset, habits, health, and finances that will help you level up. We'll break down exactly how to make consistent progress and how to tackle the obstacles that might come your way.
So if you're ready to make this year count, grab your pen, get comfortable, and let's walk through the first step towards creating lasting change in 2025.
Let's dive right in. Because success in 2025 starts with the actions you take today. Let's get started.
Let's kick things off with the idea that your mindset is the most powerful tool you have for success. If you're not aware of how you think, it's easy to become stuck or discouraged when challenges come up. The key is to develop a growth mindset. This simply means that you believe your abilities, intelligence, and potential can be developed with hard work, dedication, and learning from mistakes. Instead of thinking that you're limited by your current skills, a growth mindset lets you see every challenge as an opportunity for growth. For example, when you face a setback, rather than thinking, "I can't do this," you can ask yourself, "What can I learn from this experience?" This shift is vital in helping you persevere and move forward.
Exactly, Adam. A growth mindset isn't just about believing in improvement, it's also about self-awareness. Self-awareness means recognizing your thoughts, behaviors, and emotional responses, especially when things don't go as planned. We all have negative self-talk that can hold us back, but once you become aware of those thoughts, you can challenge them. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," that's a sign you need to reframe your mindset. Instead, try replacing those thoughts with something more empowering, like, "I am capable of learning and improving." This small shift can help you manage stress and negative emotions more effectively. It's also important to recognize your strengths. Knowing what you're good at gives you the confidence to take action and move forward.
That's a great point, Sophia. Now, let's talk about resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from setbacks or adversity, and it's crucial if you want to succeed in 2025. Life will never go exactly as planned. There will be obstacles and disappointments. But it's not about avoiding these setbacks. It's about how quickly you can bounce back from them. People who are resilient don't let failures define them. Instead, they see them as part of the learning process. For example, if you fail at something, instead of quitting, you reflect on what went wrong and use that knowledge to improve. The more resilient you become, the better you'll handle tough situations, and the quicker you'll get back on track toward your goals.
That's exactly it, Adam. And resilience goes hand in hand with embracing change. The truth is, change is inevitable. Whether you like it or not, life will continue to evolve, and success depends on how well you adapt to those changes. When you step outside your comfort zone and face the unknown, that's where growth happens. Embracing change is about being flexible and willing to adjust your approach when things don't go as planned. For example, if you're working on a project and your initial strategy isn't working, instead of stubbornly sticking to it, embrace the change and try a new approach. The more you embrace change, the more you'll build your adaptability and resilience, which are essential for long-term success.
Exactly. Embracing change can be uncomfortable, but it's a key part of progress. And as you mentioned, goal setting is where everything comes together. Having clear, achievable goals is critical. But not just any goals. Your goals need to be specific, measurable, and aligned with your personal values. If you don't know where you're going, it's hard to make progress. Start by setting long-term goals, but then break them down into smaller, actionable steps. This approach prevents you from feeling overwhelmed. For example, if your goal is to get fit in 2025, instead of just saying, I'll work out more, make a specific plan like, I'll work out 3 times a week for 30 minutes. This helps you stay focused and motivated because you can see your progress in real time.
That's such an important point. Action is everything. Setting goals is just the first step, but if you don't act on them, they're just dreams. In 2025, your success will depend on how consistently you take action toward your goals. Small steps, when repeated daily, lead to massive progress. For instance, let's say your goal is to read more books this year. Instead of thinking you need to read an entire book in one sitting, break it down into daily reading sessions. Even reading for just 20 minutes a day will result in reading several books by the end of the year. Taking consistent action even in small doses will keep you moving forward and give you the momentum to reach your larger goals.
That's so true. The power of consistency can't be overstated. Even if your goals seem far off, the more action you take, the more momentum you build. And this leads us back to mindset. When you see progress, it reinforces your growth mindset. You begin to believe that your efforts are paying off, which keeps you motivated to keep going. So, to recap, transforming your mindset for success in 2025 means adopting a growth mindset, practicing self-awareness, building resilience, embracing change, and setting clear, actionable goals. Each of these elements feeds into the other, creating a strong foundation for success.
Exactly, Adam. It's all about making small, intentional changes every day. Your mindset is something you can work on continuously, and every step you take toward positive thinking and action builds your success. Don't expect perfection, but do expect progress. As you work on transforming your mindset, 2025 will be the year you start seeing real, lasting change.
Now that we've covered transforming your mindset, let's move on to something equally important: building better habits. Success isn't just about having the right mindset, it's about creating habits that support your long-term goals. The truth is, your habits shape your life more than anything else. In 2025, if you want sustainable success, you need to be intentional about the habits you form. Start by identifying the habits that will take you closer to your goals. If your goal is to be healthier, for example, build habits around exercise, meal planning, and sleep. These small changes, done consistently, will create the foundation for lasting success. The key is consistency, not perfection. Even small habits, practiced every day, lead to major transformations.
That's exactly it, Adam. A lot of people think that success is about making big, dramatic changes all at once, but the truth is, small habits compound over time. When you make tiny adjustments each day, they add up to massive results. Let's take something simple like drinking more water. If you start by drinking 1 extra glass of water a day over the course of a year, that's a huge improvement in your health. These small, positive changes are the foundation of sustainable success. And it's important to remember that building habits is a process. It takes time and there will be setbacks. But if you're consistent, you'll start seeing results, and those results will motivate you to keep going.
Absolutely. And when it comes to building habits, it's also important to make them easy to stick to. The key to long-term success is making sure your habits are practical and fit into your lifestyle. If you try to set a goal that's too ambitious or unrealistic, you'll quickly burn out. For example, if you want to exercise more, don't commit to an hour at the gym every day if that's not feasible for you. Start with something manageable, like 15 or 20 minutes, and gradually build up as the habit becomes part of your routine. This is where the concept of habit stacking comes in. Habit stacking is a method where you tie a new habit to an existing one. For instance, if you already have the habit of brushing your teeth in the morning, you can stack a habit of stretching for 5 minutes right after brushing your teeth. This makes it easier to remember and do consistently.
Right, Adam. Habit stacking is such a game changer. It's one of those techniques that makes building new habits much less daunting. And it doesn't just apply to health and fitness. This can work for anything. If your goal is to read more, you can stack that habit to your morning coffee routine. Or if you want to be more organized, stack your habit of tidying up to your bedtime routine. The trick is to take advantage of the habits you already have and add something small and easy on top of them. Another great strategy is to track your habits. Sometimes when we don't see progress, we can get discouraged. But if you track your habits and see that you're making consistent progress, it can be incredibly motivating. Whether you use an app or a simple calendar, seeing your progress builds momentum and helps you stay on track.
Exactly. The power of tracking is undeniable. It's also helpful to keep your habits visible. If you're trying to form a new habit, like exercising, place your gym clothes next to your bed so you're reminded to get up and move. If your goal is to eat healthier, prepare your meals in advance and place them in clear containers in your fridge. This creates an environment that supports your new habits. Another crucial element to building better habits is to be patient with yourself. It's easy to get discouraged if you miss a day or fall off track, but it's important to not be too hard on yourself. Success isn't about perfection. It's about showing up every day, even if some days are harder than others.
Exactly, Adam. Patience is key. Building habits takes time, and it's important to remember that every day counts. If you mess up, don't give up entirely. Just get back on track the next day. Over time, those little improvements will lead to big results. It's also essential to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each time you stick to a habit, even if it's just for one day, take a moment to acknowledge it. Recognizing your progress reinforces the habit and helps keep you motivated. And remember, the goal isn't to make habits feel like a chore. The more enjoyable you can make your habits, the more likely you are to stick with them.
That's such an important point. When we make habits something we enjoy, they become sustainable. So if you're trying to develop a habit of exercising, find something you genuinely enjoy doing, whether it's dancing, hiking, or playing a sport. The same goes for any other habit, whether it's learning something new, reading, or journaling. Make it enjoyable and find ways to reward yourself along the way.
Exactly. And as you build better habits, be sure to reassess your goals periodically. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in building habits that we forget to check if they're actually helping us achieve what we want. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to adjust. And, of course, always focus on quality over quantity. One consistent, well-executed habit is more valuable than many half-hearted attempts.
Now that we've talked about transforming your mindset and building habits, let's dive into an equally essential area: health and wellness. Without proper health, no matter how great your mindset or habits are, you won't be able to perform at your best. Peak performance requires physical, mental, and emotional wellness, and the best part is that improving your health doesn't require drastic changes. It's about making small, sustainable shifts that work for you. Let's start with physical health. The foundation of peak performance is good physical health. That means eating well, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. You don't need to be a fitness guru to see results. Simple things like walking daily, eating more whole foods, and getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep can significantly improve how you feel and function.
Exactly, Adam. Physical health isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling good and having the energy to perform at your highest level. Nutrition plays a huge role in this. If you're fueling your body with processed foods and sugar, you're setting yourself up for energy crashes and fatigue. On the other hand, incorporating more fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains can help you stay energized, focused, and ready to tackle any challenge. Exercise is also essential, but it doesn't have to be intense or time-consuming. The key is to find something you enjoy and stick with it. Whether it's yoga, running, cycling, or even daily stretching, consistent movement keeps your body in peak condition and reduces stress. The goal is to make it part of your daily routine.
Exactly. And that leads us to one of the most overlooked aspects of health: sleep. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. When you sleep, your body repairs itself, processes information, and recharges for the next day. Without adequate sleep, your cognitive function, mood, and performance all suffer. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. If you're struggling to sleep, consider developing a bedtime routine. Avoid screens for an hour before bed, read a book, or meditate. These small changes can significantly improve your sleep quality.
And don't forget the mental health side of things. A healthy mind is just as important as a healthy body. Mental health supports emotional resilience, stress management, and overall well-being. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, and journaling can help calm the mind and keep you grounded, especially in stressful situations. The key is to carve out time for self-care each day, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes. This will keep you sharp, focused, and mentally strong as you work toward your goals.
Another crucial aspect of wellness is stress management. In today's fast-paced world, stress is inevitable, but it's important to manage it so it doesn't affect your performance or well-being. Incorporating practices like deep breathing, mindfulness, or regular breaks throughout the day can help you manage stress levels. And if you're dealing with long-term stress, consider speaking to a therapist or counselor who can help you develop better coping strategies. The point is, stress doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's all about finding techniques that work for you to bring yourself back into balance.
Absolutely. A lot of people underestimate how much stress can affect their health, especially long-term. Chronic stress can lead to burnout, anxiety, and even physical health problems. So the earlier you manage it, the better. One powerful technique is to engage in mind-body practices like yoga or Tai Chi. These practices combine movement with breath work, which helps calm the nervous system, reduce stress, and boost energy levels. And remember, taking breaks throughout the day is just as important as working hard. Sometimes stepping away for a few minutes and taking a walk can refresh your mind and increase your productivity.
That's such an important point, Sophia. It's easy to get caught up in the grind and forget to care for your body and mind. But without proper self-care, you'll eventually hit a wall. Whether it's making time for a workout, ensuring you get enough sleep, or taking breaks throughout the day, prioritize your health as part of your success plan. You'll be amazed at how much more productive and energized you feel. Another key element is hydration. Many people overlook how much water affects their energy levels, focus, and mood. Being even slightly dehydrated can cause headaches, lack of focus, and fatigue. Make it a habit to drink enough water throughout the day. Aim for at least 8 glasses or more, depending on your activity level. Keep a water bottle with you at all times to remind yourself to hydrate.
Hydration is so important. In addition to hydration and nutrition, there's also the idea of balance. It's easy to think you need to be 100% disciplined in all areas of health, but balance is key. You don't need to be perfect. What matters is making consistent, healthy choices over time. Find a healthy work-life balance that allows you to thrive both professionally and personally. This balance helps you stay energized, focused, and motivated to reach your goals, while also ensuring you don't burn out.
Exactly. Finding balance is crucial for long-term success. Health and wellness aren't about extremes. They're about integrating sustainable practices into your daily life that you can maintain for the long run. So, whether it's fueling your body with the right food, managing stress, staying active, or getting quality sleep, each of these factors contributes to peak performance. When you feel good physically and mentally, your ability to tackle challenges and make progress toward your goals becomes much easier.
Right, Adam. Peak performance isn't just about pushing yourself harder and harder. It's about working smarter by taking care of your mind and body. Health and wellness are the foundation for all other aspects of success. Without them, it's much harder to perform at your best. So in 2025, make health and wellness a priority. It will fuel your journey towards success and help you stay at your best, no matter what challenges come your way.
To wrap up, Building a strong foundation of health and wellness in 2025 isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling good, staying energized, and performing at your highest level. By focusing on nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress management, and mental health, you'll be ready to take on any challenge that comes your way. Peak performance begins with a healthy mind and body, so make health a priority this year.
Exactly. When you take care of your body and mind, success becomes easier to achieve. So, start today, make small changes, prioritize your well-being, and watch your performance and productivity soar in 2025.
All right, so we've talked about transforming your mindset, building sustainable habits, and taking care of your health. But what about time management? If you're aiming for success in 2025, mastering how you use your time is absolutely critical. Time is one of the few resources that can never be replaced, so how you manage it can make or break your goals. Let's face it, many of us struggle with time management. We have endless to-do lists, constant distractions, and feel like there's never enough time. But in reality, time management is all about making intentional decisions with how we spend every moment. The key is not to be busy, but to be productive. And being productive doesn't mean doing everything. It means focusing on what matters most.
Exactly, Adam. So many of us get caught up in the idea that we need to do more to be successful, but that's not necessarily true. It's about doing the right things, efficiently. Prioritization is key to mastering time management. If you don't prioritize, you'll find yourself drowning in tasks that don't move you closer to your bigger goals. A great way to prioritize is by using the Eisenhower matrix. This tool helps you sort tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. This gives you a clear picture of where to focus your time and energy, helping you stay productive and avoid getting sidetracked by less important tasks.
That's such a great point, Sophia. And once you've prioritized, the next step is to eliminate distractions. We live in a world full of distractions: social media, emails, constant notifications, but these can all eat into your productivity. One strategy I've found incredibly useful is the Pomodoro technique. You set a timer for 25 minutes, focus on one task, then take a short 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break. This method helps break work into manageable chunks and forces you to focus, minimizing distractions.
I love the Pomodoro technique. It's a game changer. Another tip for managing time is time blocking. Instead of trying to juggle multiple tasks at once, dedicate specific blocks of time for certain activities. For example, you might block off the first hour of your day to focus solely on writing. Then schedule a break, followed by time for meetings, and then personal tasks. This way, your brain knows exactly what to focus on during each block, making it easier to dive deep into each task without getting distracted by others. The goal with time blocking is to give your full attention to one task at a time, instead of multitasking, which we know actually decreases productivity. Focusing on one task at a time increases your efficiency and leads to better results.
Time blocking is definitely a powerful strategy, and it also helps you protect your energy. One of the biggest mistakes people make is overloading their schedule, which can lead to burnout. So it's important to not only plan your tasks, but also plan your breaks and downtime. Don't feel guilty for taking breaks. They are necessary for recharging your brain and staying productive in the long run. Another helpful tip is to take time at the end of each day to reflect and plan for tomorrow. This can be a simple 5-minute exercise where you review what you accomplished today, adjust your plan for tomorrow, and ensure you have everything in place for the day ahead.
Absolutely. Reflection is crucial for effective time management. It helps you understand where your time went and identify areas for improvement. It's also important to recognize that perfection is not the goal. You won't always be able to manage every minute perfectly, and that's okay. The point is to focus on progress, not perfection. If you're consistently getting better at prioritizing and eliminating distractions, you're already on the path to mastering productivity.
Right. And another aspect of time management that people often overlook is delegation. Many of us try to do everything ourselves because we think no one can do it better. But the reality is, delegation is a crucial skill for time management and productivity. Whether it's delegating work to a team, outsourcing tasks, or even asking for help from a friend or family member, it frees up your time for the most important things. Don't be afraid to delegate, whether it's in your personal or professional life. By entrusting tasks to others, you can focus on what really matters and get more done in less time.
That's such an important point, Adam. Delegation is essential for long-term success, and sometimes it's about being comfortable with the idea that things might not be done exactly the way you would do them. But remember, the point is that the task gets done, and you can focus your energy on higher priority work. Another productivity tip I swear by is setting clear goals. The clearer your goals, the easier it is to allocate time to them. If you don't know what you're working toward, it's easy to get sidetracked or overwhelmed by small, non-essential tasks. Set goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART goals, and then break them down into smaller, actionable steps.
That's an excellent tip. SMART goals are a game changer. When you break your big goals down into smaller tasks, it makes everything feel more achievable. You'll be able to see progress more clearly, and that momentum will push you forward. And remember, as you work toward your goals, always leave room for flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go according to plan. The key is to stay adaptable and keep moving forward.
Exactly. Flexibility is key. Time management isn't about rigidly sticking to a schedule. It's about finding a system that works for you and adjusting when needed. With time management, consistency is the real. Keep refining your process, stay focused on your priorities, and give yourself grace when things don't go perfectly. Over time, you'll build the muscle of productivity and get closer to your success.
To wrap up this segment, mastering time management and productivity in 2025 comes down to prioritization, eliminating distractions, delegating, and making time for reflection. There's no magic formula, but by being intentional with how you manage your time, you can increase your productivity and make every day count toward your bigger goals.
Absolutely. Time is our most valuable resource. When you manage it wisely, you'll not only accomplish more, but also have the energy and focus to truly enjoy the process. So, take control of your time this year and watch how much you can achieve.
All right, so we've covered mindset, habits, health, and time management. But what about financial success? If you're aiming to create lasting success in 2025, building wealth is a crucial part of that equation. Financial security doesn't happen overnight, but with the right strategies and mindset, it can become a natural part of your success journey. So, let's talk about building wealth and setting yourself up for a secure financial future.
Exactly, Adam. One of the most important aspects of financial success is understanding that wealth building isn't about instant gratification. It's about making consistent, smart choices over time. A big mistake many people make is focusing on short-term financial wins, but long-term wealth is created by building a strong foundation now. It's about how you save, invest, and manage your money with intentionality and discipline.
Right. And when it comes to saving and investing, the earlier you start, the better. Compound interest is one of the most powerful forces when it comes to wealth building. Even if you can only put away a small amount each month, if you start early, it grows exponentially over time. A great way to get started is by contributing to retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA. These accounts offer tax advantages and help you save for the long term.
Absolutely, Adam. And speaking of saving, there's another key element to wealth building that is often overlooked: creating an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and having an emergency fund is like having a financial safety net. It gives you peace of mind knowing that you have a cushion in case something unexpected comes up. Aim to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in a liquid, easily accessible account.
That's so important. Emergencies will happen. It's not a matter of if, but when. Without an emergency fund, you risk falling into debt or having to scramble in times of financial crisis. Having that cushion not only secures your financial situation, but also prevents you from having to dip into long-term savings or investments when something unexpected happens.
Right. And when it comes to investing, you don't have to be a financial expert to get started. There are plenty of easy and low-cost ways to begin growing your wealth. One of the best options for beginners is investing in index funds. These funds track the performance of the overall market, so you're not betting on individual stocks. It's a low-risk, low-fee way to start building wealth that has historically shown solid returns over time.
Exactly. Investing doesn't have to be complicated, and index funds are a great starting point. But it's also important to think beyond just the stock market. Real estate, for instance, is another avenue for building wealth. If you can invest in property, whether it's through direct ownership or through real estate investment trusts, IREITs, it's a way to diversify your portfolio and secure long-term gains. Just be sure to do thorough research before diving in.
That's a great point. Real estate can be an excellent way to build wealth, but it's not for everyone. Another option to consider is side hustles or passive income streams. Creating additional income streams outside of your primary job helps you accelerate your savings and wealth-building efforts. Whether it's freelance work, an online business, or investing in dividend-paying stocks, having extra income sources can help you achieve financial independence much faster.
Absolutely. It's all about diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversifying your investments, income sources, and saving strategies will help you weather economic changes and build a more robust financial future. Another key part of financial success is learning to live below your means. This doesn't mean depriving yourself, but being mindful about where your money is going. For instance, if you're spending a lot on things that don't add long-term value, it might be time to reassess your budget.
Living below your means is one of the most important habits for building wealth. It's tempting to spend money on the latest gadgets or lifestyle upgrades, but the real wealth is in saving and investing that money instead. Budgeting is a great tool to help you make conscious spending decisions. Once you know where your money is going each month, you can cut back on unnecessary expenses and redirect that money into savings or investments.
Budgeting is key, but so is having a clear financial plan. Without a plan, you're essentially letting your money manage itself, which often leads to overspending and poor financial decisions. Take time to create a financial roadmap for 2025. Set clear savings and investment goals, track your progress, and adjust as needed. If you're unsure where to start, consider speaking with a financial advisor to get a personalized plan tailored to your situation.
Exactly, Adam. A financial plan doesn't have to be complicated, but it does need to be intentional. Once you have a clear understanding of where you want to be financially, you can set specific goals, whether it's paying off debt, saving for a down payment on a house, or growing your investment portfolio. Having that roadmap gives you direction and accountability.
Debt is another area that can make or break your financial success. Paying off high-interest debt, like credit card debt, should be one of your top priorities. It's hard to build wealth when you're constantly paying interest on outstanding debts. Consider strategies like the debt avalanche method, where you pay off your highest interest debt first, or the debt snowball method, where you focus on paying off the smallest debts first for quick wins.
Exactly, Adam. It's all about getting that debt under control so you can start building your wealth. Also, be mindful of credit scores. A good credit score can save you thousands of dollars over your lifetime by allowing you to secure lower interest rates on loans and mortgages. So make sure you're staying on top of your credit score by paying bills on time and keeping credit card balances low.
To wrap up, building wealth for the future in 2025 isn't about luck. It's about strategy, discipline, and making smart decisions with your money. Start by saving early, investing wisely, managing debt, and living below your means. By creating a financial plan and sticking to it, you'll set yourself up for long-term financial success.
That's right, Adam. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making consistent, intentional choices that compound over time. Stay disciplined, stick to your plan, and in 2025, you'll see your financial future becoming more secure and successful.
As we move into 2025, one of the most impactful factors in your success, whether personal or professional, is building strong relationships. You can't do it all alone, and the connections you build with others can often open doors, provide support, and help you grow. So, let's talk about how to cultivate meaningful relationships and create a strong network that will help you thrive this year.
Absolutely, Adam. Networking is often seen as something only people in business or sales need to worry about, but the truth is, relationships are the foundation of everything. Whether it's a support system, mentorship, collaboration opportunities, or even just a friendly face in tough times, strong relationships make life richer. The key is quality over quantity. It's not about having hundreds of shallow connections, but about nurturing a few deep, meaningful relationships.
Exactly, Sophia. And one of the first steps in building strong relationships is becoming a good listener. People appreciate being heard. If you truly listen and understand the person you're connecting with, that builds trust and makes the relationship more genuine. Listening doesn't just mean hearing words, it's about understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. When you do this, people feel valued, and that's the foundation of any strong relationship.
Yes, being a good listener is a game changer. It also means being present. In this digital age, we're all constantly distracted, and it's easy to give half your attention to someone while checking your phone or thinking about other things. But when you give someone your full attention, it shows respect, and they'll remember that. It's those small acts of kindness and attentiveness that make relationships feel real and important.
Absolutely. And another key to building meaningful relationships is authenticity. People can sense when you're being fake or insincere, and that immediately puts up a wall. Be yourself, and don't try to be someone you're not just to impress others. Whether you're meeting someone new at a networking event or nurturing an old friendship, honesty and vulnerability go a long way in creating deep connections.
Authenticity is key. People are drawn to genuine individuals. When you're authentic, you attract people who value you for who you truly are. And when you build relationships based on authenticity, they're much stronger because they're grounded in trust. Now let's talk about networking. I know the idea of networking often makes people feel uncomfortable. It can feel transactional. But networking is really about building relationships, not just collecting business cards.
Exactly, Sophia. Networking doesn't have to be a one-sided transaction. In fact, the most successful networks are those that are reciprocal. You shouldn't just think about what you can get from people, but also what you can give. Whether it's offering support, sharing valuable resources, or connecting people within your network to one another, networking is about creating a community of mutual benefit.
That's right. And one of the best ways to build that community is by being proactive. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Go out and create them. Attend events, reach out to people you admire, and find ways to collaborate. Even something as simple as a quick message saying, "I really enjoyed your recent article," or "I'd love to connect and learn from your experience," can open doors.
That's a great point. Networking is about building genuine connections, and that takes effort. It's also about consistency. Relationships aren't built overnight. If you want to develop a strong network, you need to regularly check in with people, support their endeavors, and offer help when you can. It's a long-term commitment, not just a one-and-done kind of deal.
Consistency is so important. Another important factor to consider is diversity in your network. Don't limit yourself to just people in your industry or field. The more diverse your network, the more you're exposed to different perspectives, ideas, and opportunities. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who come from different backgrounds, and who have different experiences. This diversity can spark creativity and lead to breakthroughs you wouldn't have had otherwise.
That's a great point. And it's not just about professional relationships. Personal connections matter too. Building a support system of friends, family, and mentors who genuinely care about your success is invaluable. Sometimes, it's not about the next business deal or career move. Sometimes, it's about having someone to talk to when things get tough, or someone who can offer you the advice you need in critical moments.
Exactly. Having a solid support system makes all the difference. They can offer guidance, provide feedback, and help you stay grounded when things don't go according to plan. One of the best ways to find those people is to be proactive in your relationships. Reach out, offer support, and don't wait for others to make the first move.
Speaking of support, let's talk about mentorship. Whether you're looking to grow in your career, improve your personal life, or learn something new, having a mentor can really accelerate your progress. Mentors have the experience and wisdom to guide you, but they can also offer valuable feedback that helps you see things from a different perspective.
Absolutely. A mentor can help you avoid common pitfalls, provide direction, and push you to step outside your comfort zone. But remember, being a good mentee is just as important as having a mentor. You need to be open to feedback, show initiative, and be willing to learn. It's a two-way relationship, and the best mentoring relationships are built on mutual respect and trust.
To wrap up this segment, building strong relationships and networking in 2025 comes down to being intentional, authentic, and proactive. Whether you're looking to expand your professional network, deepen your personal relationships, or find mentors, focus on creating genuine, long-lasting connections. These relationships will be the ones that support and sustain you through the ups and downs of your success journey. One of the most crucial aspects of success is learning how to overcome obstacles and handle failure. It's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned, but how you respond to setbacks can make all the difference. So, in this segment, let's dive into how you can turn obstacles into opportunities and use failure as a stepping stone to success.
Exactly, Adam. We all face challenges. It's part of the process. Failure is often seen as something negative, but the truth is, it's inevitable and can be an incredibly powerful tool for growth. What matters most is how we approach it. If we can change our perspective and view failure not as a final destination but as a lesson, we can use it to move forward with more knowledge, resilience, and determination.
That's such an important point, Sophia. Failure often feels like the end of the road, but in reality, it's just a detour. Think about any successful person you admire. They've probably faced more failure than success in the beginning. But they didn't let those failures define them. Instead, they learned from them and adjusted their approach. Failure isn't a reflection of your ability, but rather an opportunity to learn and improve.
Right. And what's crucial here is the concept of resilience, the ability to bounce back when things go wrong. Life isn't always going to go according to plan. There will be mistakes, missteps, and unexpected roadblocks. The key is to maintain that resilience, keep moving forward, and keep learning. It's about building your mental toughness and your ability to adapt to changing circumstances.
Resilience is key. But there's something else that's just as important: self-compassion. When we fail, it's easy to be harsh on ourselves. We often feel like we've let ourselves or others down, but practicing self-compassion is a game changer. When we fail, it's vital to treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a friend. Instead of berating yourself, acknowledge that failure is part of the journey and give yourself credit for trying.
Absolutely. Beating yourself up over failure only slows down your recovery. Self-compassion is not about letting yourself off the hook. It's about understanding that failure doesn't diminish your worth. It's a momentary setback, not a permanent state. By being gentle with ourselves, we actually set the stage to bounce back faster and more effectively.
That's right. And another way to overcome failure is by reframing it. Instead of seeing failure as something that holds you back, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve? Reframing failure into a learning opportunity is a powerful tool. Every time we fall, we have the chance to get back up stronger and wiser.
Exactly. Reframing gives you control over the situation. It shifts your mindset from I failed to I learned. By embracing that mindset, you'll stop fearing failure and start embracing it as a teacher. One of the biggest mistakes people make is avoiding failure altogether. They're afraid of making mistakes, so they don't try new things. But the truth is, you'll never grow without stepping out of your comfort zone and taking risks.
That's so true. Risk and failure go hand in hand, and the fear of failure can paralyze us. But if you never take risks or make mistakes, you'll never experience the growth that comes from overcoming them. Failure is just a sign that you're pushing your limits, which is essential if you want to achieve something big. The more you face failure and overcome it, the more resilient you become.
And that brings us to the importance of taking action in the face of fear. It's easy to stay stuck when you're afraid of failing, but the only way to move forward is to take small steps toward your goal. Even if you're afraid, taking action despite the fear builds courage and confidence. It's about having the willingness to try, fail, and then try again, knowing that the process itself is part of your growth.
Right. Taking action is the first step in overcoming failure. But once you've faced a setback, it's also important to evaluate what went wrong. Reflection is key to making sure you don't repeat the same mistakes. Take time to ask yourself, what could I have done differently? And what can I learn from this situation? That's how you ensure that failure becomes part of your path to success, not something that holds you back.
Reflection is so powerful. It's easy to move past failure and rush into the next thing without really understanding what happened. But if we take time to reflect, we gain insights that can prevent future mistakes and improve our decision-making. And when you do that consistently, you start to notice patterns and you can adjust your strategy accordingly. It's all part of building a growth mindset.
Exactly. And if you're serious about overcoming failure, it's also important to build a support system. Having people who believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself, can make all the difference. When you face setbacks, lean on your mentors, friends, or family. They can help you see things from a different perspective and remind you that failure is just part of the journey.
Having that support is so important. It's easy to feel alone in your failures, but you're never really alone. And having people who can encourage you and offer guidance will keep you moving forward. At the same time, it's also important to celebrate small wins along the way. Even if you've faced setbacks, take time to acknowledge the progress you've made. Every step forward, no matter how small, counts.
Celebrating small wins is key to staying motivated and moving past failures. It keeps your momentum going and reminds you that progress is being made. In 2025, as you face challenges, remember that failure is not final, and setbacks are part of the process. It's about staying resilient, learning from mistakes, and keeping the bigger picture in mind.
Exactly, Adam. Obstacles and failures are not roadblocks. They're stepping stones. Each one you overcome builds your resilience, teaches you valuable lessons, and brings you closer to success. So, embrace failure, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Because in the end, it's the ones who persist through failure who achieve the greatest success.
Thank you for joining us today on this journey to make 2025 the best year yet. We've given you the tools, the mindset, and the actions to transform your life, but the next step is up to you. Take those first steps, stay consistent, and never stop growing.
Remember, success is not about perfection, but about progress. Focus on small wins, and they'll lead you to big results. We believe in your potential. Now it's your turn to believe in it too.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. If you found value in today's podcast, share it with someone who could benefit. Let's make 2025 a year to remember.
Until next time, stay focused, stay inspired, and keep pushing forward. We'll be here to support you every step of the way. Take care and make today the first step toward your success. Thank you.